South Africa is supposed to be a constitutional democracy. Then why do most people not want to take part in this constitutional democracy? What has caused people since 1994 to decide to not take part in the electoral process, and for most eligible voters to decide that the system has failed them, the political system? And I want to talk to you about that today, because the state that the country is in right now is because of the political system that is built upon the current South African constitution and the state that it is currently in. Now, our South African constitution allows for that constitution to be changed if you have a majority of people to vote for that change within the South African Parliament under the current constituted system. So yes, the constitution took in mind that we can change, evolve over time, and need a new system that the people of South Africa can use to elect leaders that represent them, not govern over them. And at the moment, with so many things bearing down on the South African citizens, SARS threatening people left, right and center with fines, withdrawing money out of their bank accounts, people with their Jojo tanks being told that they must register them, their well points, their boreholes, their solar panels, everything being controlled by government, the South African populace is reaching a tipping point. The citizens are starting to say that they are gutful, they have had enough. But what do? Most podcasters in South Africa, they are infotainment, information, entertainment. This is what they are. They don't bring you any solutions. The people they interview don't bring any solutions. In fact, most people are not interested in solutions. Those that aren't interested in solutions or new plans to change the system and status quo are part of the problem. And there are many of them. And many of them will try and copy things. Many of them they've heard on this channel, ideas they got from this channel, even names, etc., to try and become relevant. And many of them have funders, big sponsors. This channel has grown organically from the ground. Not wanting people on here that are crazy, lunatics, people with tinfoil hats, etc., but people that are willing to become self-reliant so that we can implement a new governance system in this country and be independent of government and corporate control, which is what I support. And there is a political party option at the moment that wants to change that system. It's a very simple concept, a very simple plan that I support. Now, I'm not a member of any political party, but I do support system change, electoral system change, and constitutional change, so that we can have a system that people can believe in again, so that we again can have people that trust the voting system. So what are the problems with the current system? Firstly, our president is elected by parliament. We vote for parties. We vote for parties on a local government level, a provincial level, as well as a national level. Our constitution says that we are a multi-party democracy. And the Concord famously found that individuals were left out, even when the constitution allows for individuals to also be elected. So the people in parliament decided they will do everything to make it almost impossible for individuals to be able to enter the political arena. And they are going to make it more difficult now during the local government elections come November 4th of 2026 for parties to enter on a local government level, because they are planning on putting thresholds in place. And this is not the main concern. The main concern is that we do not elect the president, Parliament does. And all the people in Parliament, all 400 of them, can come out of one town under our current constitution, not represent all the people of the country. So what this party is proposing is that we divide the country into 400 constituencies, not to bring radical change, but common sense change, so that the MPs in Parliament are elected from these constituencies, so you can walk to the person's house and hold them accountable. The other very important thing that we should be able to do is vote for the president directly. So when you go and it's election time, you can tick on the ballot for a person that you support, that supports your religious beliefs, your non-religious beliefs, your belief with regards to economy, with regards to immigration, the military, borders, whatever is important to you, standard of living, etc. You can support the person that you believe in, and that person must be able to campaign for that. This does not exist in the current system. The only thing you can do in this current democratic system is be part of any legislation being put out there, to be part of a public participation process where you can have your say. Whether the government will listen or not, absolutely depends on them, not on you, unless you have vast amounts of people that stand up, they get a fright, and they change their ideas because they're afraid that people will do something to them, which is a problem, because this proves that they do not represent us. Within the current system, with political parties holding all the power, they have whips in their councils, in the provincial parliaments, as well as in parliament. And the whip tells the MPs, the MPLs, and the councillors how to vote. They cannot use their conscience to vote because the parties put them in the positions based on lists. And in the system, the party holds all the power over whether you have that political job or not. And the problem is that most of the politicians in South Africa right now have become career politicians. In other words, this is not something they do for only 5 years or 10 years. They do this their entire life. People like Jordan Lewis, who is the current leader of the Democratic Alliance, who's been picked out of school for this career path, sent to go and study. I'm just using one example. There are many more. But these career politicians have very specific agendas. And everyone has an agenda. I have an agenda. These agendas you need to understand and decide if you agree with them fully. And often people don't dig deep enough, ask sufficient questions about how do they feel about the right to choose, to make decisions, freedom of choice. And this is where things become blurry. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people will remember how our freedoms and rights were taken away by this very parliament, without the parliament even sitting. All the party leaders supporting the president in locking the country down and destroying our economy, destroying businesses, destroying private lives, in the name of something that turned out to be something completely different in the end. They lied to us. They did not have the information. They did not have the intellect to understand what is happening. They just followed suit with an unelected international body in their decision making. Now, whether the decision making was right or wrong, the fact that they forced it on us is the problem, and the Constitution allowed it. And this is why we need constitutional change, to make sure that we can elect our leaders directly. In your local government, you should be able to vote for a councillor that represents your ward. Now, in our local government elections, it's the closest to what we desire, where independents have always been able to run, and many of them hold seats in councils around the country, because they have a right to do that. It proves that people often do not want a party to represent them. So, there is a party currently running for local government elections, running for national elections, that want to get rid of parties. Yes, you heard me right. They actually want to get rid of the party system completely. But you need to be in the system to implement this, and you need a majority support to do that. This party always knew that people would have to suffer greatly first before they see the vision. And until that time, people were going to laugh it off and think that it's never going to achieve its objectives. But now things have changed, haven't they? People are now starting to see the repercussions of this GNU, the so-called Government of National Unity, where these people are kerfuffling behind the scenes to take more and more of your freedoms away, where they are not opposition anymore, but where they govern together and their true colors have come to the fore. The Democratic Alliance, the Patriotic Alliance, the Freedom Front Plus, and all the rest that is part of that cahoots situation with the African National Congress. And a lot of people will say, yeah, but there's good people there. Yes, there might be. But they're all fighting for the same system, to stay in the system that feeds them. So, we have a IEC, the Electoral Commission, in South Africa. Who decides who the head of the IEC is? The president of the country, who is elected by Parliament's majority. The current president, elected for by more than just the ANC, the Democratic Alliance supported him. They are supporting him now too, in the Phala situation. So think about what is happening. We have a system that are failing the people. And the GNU, the Government of National Unity, is like a gang of people, just like all the individual parties are gangs that have now ganged up against the people of the country, and they are governing over us. They are implementing things that takes our rights and freedoms away. Why should government know about every borehole everywhere? Why should government know about every Jojo tank everywhere, every well point, every solar panel on your roof? Why should they want to control that? Think about that. And think about the control they have already exercised over our lives during the COVID-19 pandemic, where they destroyed the South African economy. And now they want to tax you more because they are running out of money. So, that president that's elected by Parliament then chooses the head of the IEC. All the Chapter 9 institutions, their heads are chosen by the president, who was picked by the Parliament, who was picked by his party. Because President Cyril Ramaphosa was first made president of the African National Congress, and then Parliament voted him in as president of the country. How is this not a conflict of interest? How can you be the president of a party and the president of a country? In a direct election system where we vote for the president directly, this cannot be the case. Now, a lot of people will say, but if we have a direct election system, wealthy, rich people can easily just become the president. Well, then you have to assume that our electorate is absolutely dumb. And I tend to disagree with you, because most of the electorate now is not even taking part in the electoral system, because they have seen the corruption in the system. They understand that the system is flawed, and polls that have been done prove that this is what they say. The system is flawed. Now you have a party that's willing to change that system. I will put the party website in the first comment below this video, and it'll be pinned as well as in the description below this video. Go and do your research. But a party exists that's willing to change the system to one where you don't have these discrepancies, where you don't have whips telling the people in the party how to vote, and not represent the constituency, not represent their ward. Think about the insanity of our current system, and you will understand that the system has to be changed. So, how do you stop billionaires from just taking over? Well, this party has built in many ideas, and many people can contribute towards this. And you make the platform for them to promote their ideas open. You create that platform and you regulate anything else, so that these people cannot go and use all their millions of rands and billions of rands to win an election. You can regulate that. And the other very, very important thing is that you will be able to vote people out that do not perform. At the moment, you have no recourse. You can do absolutely nothing to get rid of corrupt politicians. You depend on parties to do it. Don't you see how captured the system is? Don't you see how you've been fooled for all these years, being told that our constitution is the best? Our constitution had a loophole built in for a reason by people that understood that we would get to this point one day. That the current status quo in the Constitution would serve many people really well, make them filthy rich, make them pass legislation that oppress the people of South Africa and absolutely dribble and drum us into the ground. People from all backgrounds, people from all belief systems, people from all cultures. Everyone is suffering except the political elite. It is time we take their system down. Vote for system change. And then, after the system is changed, you can look forward to either putting yourself forward or to vote for someone that you believe will represent your interest. At the moment, it does not exist. Tell me in the comments how you feel about system change. And if you believe that the status quo must continue, as Einstein famously said, if you keep on doing something that doesn't work, why do you expect a different result? If you keep on doing something that doesn't work, why would you expect different results? Ask yourself that question. More than 30 years of suffering, people are starting to see the light. The Zondo Commission saw the light. They said that the president needs to be elected directly and that all the MPs in Parliament need to be elected in their constituencies. It was a finding of the Zondo Commission. Then it goes to Parliament. This is where the system is broken. After individuals were allowed to be elected to national government, they had a committee put together to go and study this. And all the findings are just thrown out because no one in Parliament cares. Because it will kill their supply of money. They need the power, they need the current system to feed and feed and feed. And it's not just the African National Congress, it's all of them. They have lied to you. The entire GNU is rotten to the core. All the parties involved, all of them. We need to change the system and we need to change it fast. If we don't do it by 2029, you will see the end result. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell icon for notifications. Comment on this video and share it with your friends and family.